Wake up, Jacob. It's with the vibe. Like, share, subscribe. Rocking with the vibe. Like, share, subscribe. Listen, we looking at an article that you guys saw on the screen a second ago. At least it's in the thumbnail, and I see that a few plants are out there, meat plants that is, that are going to close. So there's going to be some major issues with meat plants closing. Especially the big ones. Type Tyson and stuff like that. Now we've seen shortages in other areas, right? It's still kind of hard to get some disinfectant around here, but now we're seeing there's going to be an issue with food, meat in particular. Are we starting to get the seriousness, of the situation? Regardless of what you think is conspiracy, man-made, whatever, it still has an effect. Okay, morning, shalom, Lisa. It still has an effect. That's my point. The whole point that there is an effect, right? So yeah. So let me know. Give me a 100 in there if you guys can hear me just fine. I have to let I had to leave the window open there for a second here, so it may be some background. Evan Davis, what's going on? What's going on? All right. So we got several meat plants closing after COVID-19 outbreaks, right? So I don't want to put COVID-19 and coronavirus or anything like that in the description. Well, not description, in the title or anything, because YouTube is like, they go crazy. But they got several bullet points right here on this article, and I'm gonna give you a couple of bullet points, right? And you guys chime in whenever you like. Let's say hundreds of meat plant workers have tested positive for COVID-19, forcing many plants to close down. That's one bullet point. Another one. However, some leaders, including Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds, are fighting to keep them open, fearing that mass closures could lead to a food shortage across the country. Yes, let's see, another bullet point. While some experts say an immediate shortage is unlikely, others fear that a global shortage is inevitable. The head United Nations World Food Program said that if nothing is done, we could see a famine on a biblical scale. And another bullet point, some companies are doing their part to help this food crisis, like Publix, which announced an initiative to buy produce and milk from farmers to donate to food banks. Okay, that'll help. They're trying to do something. Now let's look at the first part, the meat plants closing and people getting sick, the workers. So it says meat plants see high infection rates. Meat plants across the countries are seeing severe COVID-19 outbreaks, and this is about 2 days ago. This one was about 2 days ago. Yeah, day before yesterday. Outbreaks forcing many to close and prompting fears of potential food shortages. Hundreds of meat supply workers across the United States have contracted novel coronavirus. Considered essential workers under stay-at-home orders, they are still going to work every day, standing in close proximity in shared spaces and often touching shared equipment because most parts of their jobs make adequate social distancing close to impossible. These meat plants have become easy grounds for the virus to spread throughout. Some plants have taken measures like increased cleaning, staggering breaks, and implementing temperature checks to protect the health of their employees. Others have claimed to relax policies about sick leave, but the pressure to work still exists. Georgia resident Alexandra Wehunt told ABC News that when one of her coworkers at a poultry plant contracted COVID-19, she was still told that despite the pandemic, she had to show up to work or risk losing her job. Wehunt was a daughter, has a daughter, and lives with her grandmother and has other serious health issues, leaving her feeling like she had no choice but to stop going to work. Quote, why are we losing our jobs? Because we don't want to put our health in jeopardy, she said to ABC. Workers at these plants are not the only ones vulnerable to infection. According to a report from KY3 in Missouri, rural county homes to meat packing plants have a high infection rate than major cities in the state. Saline and Manitou counties have the highest infection rate in Missouri, seeing 419 cases per 100,000 residents and 341 cases per 100,000 residents, respectively. Meanwhile, St. Louis County has a rate of 234 per 100,000, and experts believe that the meat plants are at least partially responsible for the scale of these outbreaks in these more rural places. So no place is safe. Anybody can get it. Um, and people have to strike a balance between, do I go to work so I can continue to make money, so I can keep my job, so I can feed my family, or do I stay home not to jeopardize my health? So that's just a tough situation people find themselves in, guys. I mean, what is a worker to do? What is the worker to do? See, that's one of the things that we don't want, is to be so reliant on the system that if the system is jeopardized, and it is, if the system is jeopardized, and all of a sudden our entire lifeline is just cut off, it's done, it's over, right? That's one of those things we really got to think about. We got to reevaluate some things. So let's take a look. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds says she fears the potential outcomes of mass closures of plants. Her state produces 1/3 of the nation's pork, so she is concerned about job losses and food shortages. And then I guess she has a quote. These are also essential businesses and an essential workforce, Reynolds said in a statement. Without them, people's lives and our food supply will be impacted. So we must do our part to keep them open in a safe and responsible way. Okay, so yeah, we do. You got to strike. I mean, somehow, some way, you have to strike a balance as to you you're gonna work. You're gonna keep going to work, or you're gonna stay home. You do that, then you got your bills and stuff like that, and you got to sit back and hope and pray that you get some kind of help, some sort of stimulus. Nobody wants to have to go to a food bank. You don't want to be in that situation. I understand. A lot of people are gonna do it, but I mean, it's not like you want to do it, but you want to. I mean, it's just rough, guys. It's rough. I got there's some states starting to open up, business or stimulate the economy, starting really next week. Starting next week. Excuse me, guys. This is tragic, man. They're describing it to be, a famine on biblical proportions. Okay, shalom, shalom, guys. Shalom, shalom, Ronnie Rainey. So this, guys, I don't know. This is tough. I'm going to read this section having to do with plant closures. It says, however, many are afraid that remaining open in a safe and responsible way is not a possibility for plants in Iowa and elsewhere. Daryl Hendrickson, the Manitou County environmental specialist, told KY3 that plants in his area have closed because social distancing is not really feasible. His quote. That's the problem with the facilities of this type, he said. They have distance as much as possible, but I can't guarantee they are 6 feet between all employees. Several plants nationwide have also closed. On Wednesday, Tyson ordered 2 of its meat plants to close, one of which is its biggest pork plant. That plant, based in Iowa, had over 180 coronavirus cases. It accounted for nearly half of the county's total cases. Nearly almost half of it came from this one plant in this county. Wow. Okay, and it says there is a quote here. Despite our continued efforts to keep our people safe while fulfilling our critical role of feeding American families, the combination of worker absenteeism, COVID-19 cases, and community concerns has resulted in our decision to stop production, the company said in a statement. On Thursday, Tyson closed another in Washington state. Other major companies like Smithfield Foods and JBS USA have had to make the same decisions with some of their plants. With these continued closures, a lot of people are concerned about what this does to the food supply chain, and experts seem to have split opinions. So, guys, if you got, look, if you have, Smithfield's Food, if you have these plants closing its doors, meat production, done. I mean, Look, depending on how long it is closed, you got to ask yourself, how long can most people go without putting meat in their freezer? How long can we go without putting some meat in your freezer? Evan Davis. Yeah, Ken. Yeah, I mean, if Kenny Copeland, if it's wind of God, if he could blow through there, right? Guys, I mean, don't maybe get started on some of these false pastors. I mean, I can go an hour just talking about these false pastors out there. But I will tell you this: a pandemic like this does expose them. I'm not gonna say this is a digression because you guys brought it up, but I will say quickly that stuff like this really expose false pastors. Think about that, brothers and sisters. Seriously, I mean, the whole time when everything is good and everything's kumbaya and all that everything, they tell you anything and people just feel good, right? You just feel good. But two things where they fail. One, they didn't prepare you for something like this. They didn't tell you. You know, even if someone doesn't listen, you got to at least tell them, right? So they didn't prepare you. They didn't say, come out of her, my people, start, living in community and stuff. They didn't prepare you on that. And then two, something like this, where are all the healing and faith ministers at? How come they're not out there healing people? Okay? Even if you want to go to hospitals, nursing homes, and stuff like that, you're not even healing your congregants, your assembly. I'm talking about the Sunday pastors. You're not even healing them, right? So they're being, I mean, stuff when a plague like this happens, they're being exposed. It's just that simple. They're being exposed. So, hey, I'm gonna leave it at that, guys, because I can go on and on and on. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Georgia opened up businesses on yesterday. God forbid Florida follows. So, yeah, they start doing that. They start opening up places in Texas. Some cities in Texas, they're gonna resume like normal, like some restaurants. You can go like normal, like nothing ever happened, and that's gonna start like Monday, right? So that's gonna second day of the week, Monday. They're gonna start that, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. It says food shortage fears. Purdue University economist Jason Lusk told ABC that closures should not cause immediate food shortage. It's a very fluid and volatile situation to keep an eye out for in the days to come. He said others are more concerned. A representative for Tyson Foods, told the Washington Post that this means a loss of a vital market outlet for farmers and further contributes to the disruption of the nation's pork supply. Personally, I don't care about the pork supply, but you guys get the gist of it. The Post also explained that if grocers begin to run low on meat, consumers could begin to hoard it the same way they did with toilet paper, beans, hand sanitizer, and other essentials during the beginning of the pandemic. Now, guys, could we be heading towards another wave of the panic shopping and stuff like that, right? So, I mean, unless you got a lot of refrigeration, a lot of freezer space, well, it's going to be really hard to hoard, meat. But they're going to do it anyway. But it's going to be kind of tough. The head of the United Nations World Food Program, David Beasley, said that food shortages are going to be a global problem on a massive scale. He believes that if nothing is done soon, quote, we could be facing multiple famines of biblical proportions within a short few months. According to Beasley, COVID-19 could cause an additional 130 million people be pushed to the brink of starvation by the end of 2020. Oh my God, 350. I can get a half a cow for 350. Yeah, hey. For all I can say this, guys. That's cool. That's cool, Stan Hill. If you can get that. So you're talking about some livestock, cool, because it may be time to do that. It may be time to do that, especially if there's going to be some food shortages. It's time to get some cows, some goats, chickens. It's time. It's been that time, really. Publix food plan. We all heard of Publix, right? So let's look at what they got. Some businesses are going to do their part to make sure food supply is distributed to those who need it. Grocery chain Publix announced an initiative to make sure that food that could potentially go to waste gets donated. Restaurant, hotel, and school closings have affected Florida's produce farmers and southeastern dairies, resulting in good food going to waste, they said in a statement on Wednesday. At the same time, Feeding America estimates 17 million people will experience food insecurity due to school closures, and rising unemployment in the coming months. To curb this, Publix will be purchasing produce and milk directly from farmers to donate to Feeding America and local food banks within the first week. They anticipate donating 150,000 pounds of produce and 43,000 gallons of milk. Wow, guys. Wow, wow, wow. Uh, Shalom, shalom, Stan Hill. Appreciate that. Comment, subscribe. Listen, guys. Like I said, this article came out day before yesterday. This is. We all should be experiencing an incredible, and you hear me say it a lot, but we should be experiencing an incredible paradigm shift. Okay. Stan, he's talking about there's meat alternatives, Beyond Meat, stuff like that. Yeah, guys, this is I don't want people to panic, right? And I think that's what's going to happen. I think people are going to seriously panic. I really do. When the meat section, the grocery stores start to go bare, because there's going to be another run. There's going to be another run on the grocery stores, and they're just going to be getting, buying up the meat, and it's just a massive paradigm shift, guys. It really is. The reason why I'm lost for words is because so many people are unaware, and so many people are going to be caught off guard. So, shalom, Rosie UK. And it's almost as if no matter how much you tell people to prepare, get ready, it's like they're not gonna listen. They're not gonna try to really absorb what's going on. It's like they have a normalcy bias. They experience cognitive dissonance to where they don't want to believe this is happening. Even when they're in the food line, some people still won't believe. They believe it's going to blow over, don't worry, it's going to get fixed, it's going to get better. Okay, fine, maybe it will. Question is for how long? Even when they're filing for unemployment, some people will be losing their home. I mean, if this proposal doesn't go through, some people will be losing their homes. They're going to abandon ship. They're like, I can't. But then again, where are they going to go? So something has to be done. This is like I said in another video. It's like a domino effect, right? One thing happens, and then all the other dominoes start to fall. It's incredible what's going on today. Incredible. Also, we'll be doing a lesson in about an hour, actually, on the Fountain of Israel channel right here on YouTube. I'll do a Bible lesson on there, so I won't go into stuff like that. But just a preparedness, prepping kind of video. I'll be doing that, and that's on Fountain of Israel, about an hour from now. Okay, at the top of the hour, I will be doing that. Let me see what you guys are talking about, and then I will sign off. Let's see what you guys are doing here. Greet some of you guys and appreciate you guys for joining me. I'm going to scroll back up to the top, see who we got here. All right, shalom, Lisi GSX. Shalom. Okay, Evan Davis, how's it going, brother? How's it going? Kimberly Wells, how you doing? Shalom, sis. Ronnie Rayner, what is going on, brother? Yep, you're right about Smithfield's food. Yeah, they're going to do that. So do you think I read that one over there. Shalom. Nicole Schuyler Hawkins, how's it going, sis? Shabbat shalom. Georgia opened up businesses on yesterday. Yep, we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Kimberly Wells said everyone is going to be vegan, rather if they want to be or whether they want to be or not. Yeah. I mean, I'm close to there. My wife, she's pretty much like vegan, right? She doesn't even desire meat much at all. She eats it, sometimes, but she doesn't even eat meat every day. and she likes all the vegan stuff. So, uh, so anyone, if you guys need a cow, Stan Hill said he can get you guys a cow. Okay, you definitely grow your own veggies for sure, brother. Shalom, shalom, Stan Hill. He said there's plenty of Beyond Meat vegan products. Yes, it is. Thank you, brother. That's working. He said Beyond Meat still processed. Who knows what really in it? Yeah, I mean, I saw a video on how they make Beyond Meat and Impossible Meat and stuff like that. You know, so the video, actually I saw two videos on it and how they make it and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. I would just say if people worry about it, I would say just go ahead and just YouTube Beyond Meat and Impossible Meat, how it's made, how it's created, and you'll see some videos on how it's created, and maybe that'll help. Shabbat Shalom, Rosie UK. I knew this. Deliver food products and essential worker. Crazy what I see and experience. Absolutely, bro. I understand. Potato farmers are starting to shut down farms. Potatoes? They're starting to shut down potatoes? Man, this is crazy. Florida this time of year was great for producers of veggies and all that. Awesome. Started my vegetable garden as you speak, and when the U.S. sneezes, the UK catches a cold. That does happen. Rosie, you are right about that, sister. You're right about that. Saying, you think they will listen to 45 to inject Lysol? Yeah, I heard about that. I heard they were gonna do that. I'm like, I heard about that. All kinds of little memes I saw on Facebook. All kinds of little memes of that. It's crazy. Father never said to inject any chemical. Not one. So, all right, guys. I appreciate that. I love spending time with you guys, but I gotta get ready to get all my notes and stuff for my Bible lesson that I'm gonna do top of the hour, noon where I am. I'm in Central right now, so noon where I am. I'll do that again. Join me on the Fountain of Israel for that if you want to do a quick Bible lesson. I appreciate you guys joining me. Maybe back on later today. It just depends. I like to bring you guys some an actual topic, rather than just turn on the camera and just ramble, right? Want to do that. Do want to focus more on some growing and stuff like that. It's been kind of hit or miss, I admit, but that's good. It's a learning experience for me. I'm not a farmer, but I am trying to learn how to do some things. I did get some seeds to sprout. You guys seen in other videos, but still got some work to do, right? Still got work to do, and so I got to get a planner, get that going. I also picked up. It's back there. I also have picked up my Berkey. I got my Berkey water system. Got to play with that a little bit and see what's going on. And you guys let me know. Keep me abreast of what's going on out there in the world. You guys find anything, put it in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, and also hit the thumbs up button and the notification bell. You don't hit the thumbs up button, YouTube thinks you're irrelevant. Okay, they want people, it says that, hey, people want to see, the content. So go ahead and do that. It'll help with the algorithm, whatever. I'll probably try to put some more tags and stuff. It's kind of hard to do it on a live, so I got to go back in and all that stuff. So I really, really appreciate that, you guys. For some of you guys, I will see you guys in about an hour or a little less than an hour now, but I'll see you guys soon on the Fountain of Israel Bible Studies channel. So I'm going to talk to you guys soon. See you on the next one. Israelite Prep.